Hello friends, let's talk about today's writing topic. So the topic which I'm going to discuss is, in some cities of the world, cars are replacing bicycles. Okay. However, in some other cities, bicycles are replacing cars. Right. So they have given two scenarios. The very first is cars are replacing bicycles, and some other places bicycles are replacing cars. So the very first question, what are the reasons for these two development? So what are the reasons for these two development means we have to discuss reasons for both. Reasons for what? Very first we need to discuss the reasons for cars replacing bicycle, and second we need to discuss the other reasons for bicycles replacing cars. Then the second question is, in your opinion, you have to give your opinion, which one is better. Okay, so if I talk about the paragraph management for this particular question, first is introduction. In second paragraph, we need to talk about that what are the reasons that why in some cities cars are replacing bicycles. In third paragraph, we need to talk about why bicycles are replacing cars. Fourth, I need to give personal opinion that which one is better, the first or the second, and example. Okay. So let's talk about the first opinion, that is cars are replacing bicycles. We need to discuss the reasons that why cars are becoming more popular in a few particular cities. So the very first reason is development of road network. Now what happens, there are many cities, especially the places which are newly built or which are not, that old towns. What happened in old towns, the streets, the roads were quite narrow. So in that narrower roads, it's very difficult to drive a car. So when we talk about that, these days the road network is strengthening, government is providing, wider roads. So wider roads make driving most efficient and convenient. So if people have wider roads in their cities, they would always prefer to use cars rather than bicycles. Okay, so this is the very first reason, it is development of road network. Second, when we talk about cars, right, they are always faster. So people can save significant amount of time and efforts. Significant means a lot of. So don't say a lot of time, we can better say a significant amount of time. So people can save a lot of time, people can save significant amount of time. Why? Because riding a bicycle is always time consuming. It takes a lot of time to ride a bicycle, whereas if you are driving a car, you can reach any place in comparatively very less time, and at the same time there is no effort. In cycle you have to pedal. Okay, so it requires a lot of efforts. You might feel tired after a short distance. However, in cars it's always comfortable. You can sit very comfortably and you can drive. So you don't feel tired once you reach your destination. Third, we talk about it is feasible. It's practical, or it's quite convenient for long distance, especially newly developed cities. So let's say if you are commuting long distances in your daily life, or might be at some particular occasion, if you have to travel a long distance, let's say 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers, traveling long distance on a daily basis has become commonplace these days. People are working quite far away from their residential areas. They might be residing in some suburban areas and working in downtown, so they have to travel long distance. So traveling 30-40 kilometers on bicycles is like a nightmare. Why? It consumes a lot of time, and by the time you reach to your workplace, you might be left with no energy to work throughout the day. So it's feasible for long distances, especially in newly developed cities. So cars are replacing bicycles. Third, next we have is that's a cheerful ride with family members. So bicycles, it's not a family vehicle. You cannot travel all with your family members. Whereas in car, all the family members can go together. You can celebrate, you can have fun. Okay, so that is a very cheerful or very happy ride that you can have with family members. If you are going for outing, that has become a very quite popular these days. People are traveling a lot just for the sake of traveling or enjoyment. So cars are becoming popular, or cars are gaining grounds for the same. The next is in cities, especially where rich people are residing. So when we talk about rich people, like wealthy and affluent people, they have a lot of money, and obviously they'll be more likely to own a car. So it's very easy for them to afford a car. It has become a kind of status symbol also for them. So they prefer to have a car rather than using bicycles, which is generally considered a low status or a low profile vehicle in few cities. So in those cities, people prefer to have a car that's easily available for them. Next, if I talk about bicycles, like in other cities where bicycles are replacing cars. Now, why bicycles are popular in few particular cities? The very first is bicycle, that is an environmentally friendly transportation because it emits no pollutant in the air. So for bicycles, it's quite cheaper, people can save a lot of money, and it doesn't require fuel. So since it doesn't require fuel, means it emits no pollutant in the air. So we can save our environment, and people these days, they are really aware about, people have cognizance of environment, like what is something which is deleterious for environment, and they try to avoid using these particular methods or means of transportation. So because of that, since bicycle is environmentally friendly, they prefer bicycles rather than cars. Second we have is, that is a healthier option. Healthier option, why? Because it keeps people healthy. When people are using bicycles rather than cars, it gives a good exercise to their body. So people remain as fit as fiddle. As fit as fiddle means extremely, healthy and quite fit, also fit and fine. Since pedaling keeps the heart stronger, it that keeps your blood circulation moving. Next, if we talk about for bicycles, it escapes from bumper to bumper traffic. So when you say traffic congestion, for traffic congestion we do have another word, that is bumper to bumper traffic. So people, especially the cities which are quite congested, a lot of vehicles are there in that cities and all. So obviously using a bicycle is always a feasible way of traveling. Why? Because people can escape, people can get rid of these traffic congestion, and there are separate bicycle lanes also available in these cities. And the next is we talk about, yes, no doubt or undoubtedly bicycles are always safer options. So the chances of getting involved in accident if you are riding a bicycle are proportionately less. So there are not so many chances of getting involved in accident if you are riding a bicycle rather than a car. Okay, so here we have discussed 5 reasons, and we have discussed 4 reasons for the other way around. So just keep in mind, you cannot discuss all these reasons. These are more than what you can write in your real exam. But yes, I have given you few extra reasons so that you can you can better use and prioritize your preferences. Whatever the reasons you think, you can keep in mind, or it's easy for you to write, you can write in exam. Now after discussing both, I need to give my personal opinion. So in personal opinion, I would definitely say that okay, I do favor environment, that okay, it's good for environment, it's a healthy activity, it's a kind of exercise. But yes, if I talk about the modern times, if I talk about the contemporary society where people don't have a lot of timing, so traveling, traveling through bicycle for a long distance is not possible. So I personally prefer using cars so that I can save a lot of time and effort. And obviously if I'm just traveling a short distance, I would prefer bicycle. So a sagacious approach is always appreciated. Sagacious approach means wise approach. A wise decision should be made. You shouldn't blindly use your cars even if you are traveling just the next block. So just driving the next block is not a suggestible idea. You should better use bicycles for that. But yes, if you are just traveling for a long distance, you can use cars whenever you are going with your family also. Okay, so in that way, just a balanced opinion should be given once you give your own opinion, because obviously both things are equally important. Okay, so I think this topic is clear to you, and if you have not subscribed our channel yet, Do subscribe it now so you'll get the update of all the latest question papers of IELTS writing and speaking, and you can get the answers also. And if you like the video, you can share it with your friends. Okay, keep learning with me. All the best.